All right, we are live. Welcome in. Hopefully, everyone can hear me. I had some audio issues last time on my phone, so we're doing it on the computer. Welcome in. We are doing a live book unboxing. These are all of my most recent packages. My mail carrier was very busy today, so we got a big pile of stuff. I'm going to show you. We have, I don't even know if there's 15-ish packages, so we got some cool stuff. I already unboxed one live on camera, but there was no audio, so I got a really cool collection of the Trestle Board, a Masonic magazine. These are all from 1910 to 1911, or sorry, 1909 to 1911. Very cool Freemasonry magazine. Sorry for the horrible quality, but we'll make this work. So this is February 1910. You have Building Our Best, George Washington, Our Brother, Royal Arch Masonry, Veteran Masons, Masons Must Be Practical, The Legends of the Third Degree, etc., etc., etc. I was showing off a cool article on the Ark of the Covenant in this. Again, 1910 Freemasonry magazine. Very cool. The Ark of the Covenant by Brother Henry Ridgely Evans. In the Holy of Holies in the Temple of Solomon stood the Ark of the Covenant, the most sacred object of the inner sanctuary, enveloped with awe and mystery. Only the high priest might look upon it, for it was the footstool of God. Very cool Freemasonry magazines from 1909 to 1911. These will all be up for auction on Whatnot probably in the next couple weeks. If you don't know, I am Whatnot and eBay seller Animal Vet 52. I do book auctions basically every day on Whatnot. And I'm taking a little break from eBay auctions, but I'll be back to doing eBay auctions. I don't know, maybe once or twice a month. We'll see how I'm feeling. Welcome in, everybody. Sorry for the technical difficulties. The first 2 times I tried going live tonight, the audio wasn't working, so sorry about that. Let's see what we're buying. I buy a lot of boxed lots on eBay, boxed book lots on eBay, though a lot of times there'll be 2 or 3 really nice books that I want, and then some lesser exciting ones. These actually came from a seller. I think they only had a picture of the spines of the books and like the outside edge or something, so I wasn't 100% sure on the conditions. Usually I like to see the title pages and stuff like that. We got some Caxton editions. This is The Mill on the Floss by George Eliot. Dang, this is some horrible video quality, but welcome in, everybody. No Pick Our Brains tonight because Max just is wrapping up he did a huge antique auction today, so I'm solo doing a live unboxing. You have a nice Caxton edition, Mill of the Floss by George Eliot. Pretty nice condition. These Caxtons were 1880s. Yep, 1886, Mill on the Floss by George Eliot. Welcome in, Igor. How are you? I'm just doing a quick unboxing video showing you all my latest online book purchases. We have Gray Days in Gold by Winter. Beautiful binding there. Got another Caxton edition, another George Eliot. This is Adam Bede by George Eliot. Beautiful, beautiful. Welcome in, Junkman. Hello. You have The Legacy of Cain by Collins, another nice Caxton edition. These are all pretty nice. I'm always a little nervous when the eBay seller only has pictures of the spines because you never quite know the condition. But these are actually really nice. This seller, I think I bought like 5 or 6 lots from them. Round the World by Kingston, another nice Caxton. And then we have Outcast Robin by L.T. Mead. Big chunk out of the spine. That'll probably go in a box slot or something. Decorative book nonetheless. All right, let's keep it going. As you can see, I have lots. I've been buying a lot of stuff lately, but I have to keep up. I've been selling anywhere in like the 200 to 300 books a week on Whatnot, so I am sourcing like an absolute madman to try to keep up. You got a nice Scottish Chiefs by Jane Porter. Nice binding on that one. The Courtship of Miles Standish. Very nice. I was a little nervous. Like I said, this seller on eBay only had pictures of the spines of the books. So I was kind of expecting some loose bindings and missing pages and stuff. But these look pretty darn decent. Let's see what else we have in this box. Though I will say they shipped every single lot separately, even though I bought them all at the exact same time. So that doesn't make too much sense, but it is what it is. Up next, we have Amos Judd. Beautiful. Sorry, I'm not used to showing things off on my computer like this. Amos Judd by J.A. Mitchell. Beautiful binding. Looks, I don't know who the binding designer. See their initials right there. Looks like AR. Not sure who exactly who designed that one, but it's a beautiful binding. Monroe's Fifth Reader. Nice antique reading book. You have a couple Elsie books by Martha Finley. Those will probably go in a box a lot at some point. I've been saving up priority. I've been filling priority boxes full of nice antique books. And I'll probably do a sale. I'm thinking next Friday I might do a box sale on whatnot. This is The Everlasting Mercy and Widow in the By Street by John Masefield. Very pretty cover on that one. All right, let's see what else. Oh, this one came from John JFed _ Antique Books on Whatnot. He actually has a really cool book sale coming up. I think on the first of the year, January 1st. JFed _ Antique Books. He always has really nice quality antique books. Junkman, I block at least 3 people a day. Yeah. I'm not too active in the Facebook groups. It seems like whenever there is something really cool at a price that I want to buy, it's very competitive. And again, a lot of times you're getting tire kickers and stuff if you're selling stuff in those groups. Cool antique book of butterflies. I bought this from his sale last Saturday, I think. A Brief Guide to the Commoner Butterflies of the North, United States and Canada by Samuel Hubbard Scudder, 1899. I think John has another butterfly book he's going to be selling on January 1st. If you have any book-related questions, feel free to throw them in the chat. Normally, me and Max go live every Monday night talking about books and the book trade and how to sell books and how to source books, how to price books. But like I said, he is busy. He did a huge antique sale on Whatnot today. Me and him have been throwing around the idea of like dabbling in the antiques and vintage decor category because they are bigger than the book category. If the book category on a busy night has 250 to 300 people watching, the vintage decor category might have like 5 or 10x that. They might have 1,000 or more people watching. What do we got? The Poetical Works of Crab, though the cover hinges are pretty weak on this one, but still very pretty front cover on that one nonetheless. Got another Caxton edition called Back and Dark Days. We love the Caxton editions. Utopia by Thomas More. Nice pretty binding. Another Caxton edition, Deep Down by Ballantrae. The Day of the Dog by George Barr McCutcheon. Got The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Victor Hugo. This would be a great one, but it's a little bit on the rough side, but still awesome title. I know me and Common Ground Finds, we do a lot of consignment, or he does mostly consignment. I do a little bit of it. It's usually about 50-50 after fees. So sometimes with my people that are consigning with me, I just like give them a flat number because I'm not the best at accounting. I will just say you will get 40 or 42 or 45%, somewhere in that range of the sale price. So if it sells for 100, I'm going to give the owner or the consigner like $42 out of $100 or 43 or 45, whatever. Depending on the quality, I might go up. If it's lower quality stuff, I'm going to, give them less. So that's kind of the way I do it. I know Max does have an accountant that does all the math and figures out the fees and stuff. But yeah, I think that's a lot of consigners. It's going to be 50-50. Depending on the quality of stuff, you could probably get a better rate than that. But I tend to just give the owners of the stuff I sell for somewhere in the 42, 43 range. What is this? Alice in Wonderland. Thank you so much for your order. I truly appreciate it. Happy holidays. What do we got? We got a nice old copy of Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. I think this one I'll be saving for my January 6th sale. It's not the nicest copy. It's a nice, respectable copy, probably worth in the $30 to $50 range. Very nice cover and spine. So this one I think I'll be selling on my January 6th whatnot sale. I'm bringing some really killer stuff for that. Let's see. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a great Monday. Feel free to throw any questions in the chat. I'm just doing a little unboxing video showing you all of my new arrivals. I got a kind of insane amount of packages in the mail today, so I figured I would hop on here. Ooh, dang, that's a pretty binding. Westward Ho by Charles Kingsley. Very pretty binding. Sorry for the horrible video quality, but I tried Oh, we got a phone in viewer. Hey Max, we are live on YouTube. Do you want to say hi to the YouTube audience?
No.
Okay, I'm doing it.
I'll see them next week.
I'm doing an unboxing video instead tonight.
Okay.
Okay, I'll call you back. Everyone, Max loves you.
Right. Bye.
Sorry for the interruption. All right, I'm back. I'm back to the books. What are the odds that Max would call in? Long time first time caller. Yeah, he was just on his way home. So he did a antique sale today for I think someone, I don't know if he inherited a antique store or his mother had closed the antique store and had all of the inventory and had warehouse or storage units full of stuff. So I think that was the first of many antique sales Max is going to be doing. He actually had a lot of cool like mid-century modern decor and kitchenware and stuff and ashtrays, and he had some Eden Collins, who I think was some kind of artist. She made like wood boxes and purses and like hand decorated them and signed them and stuff. So apparently those can be pretty valuable. So yeah, Max is in the antique industry now as well. I like books because they're easy to ship. They're not breakable. I will putz around with other antiques and glassware and stuff, but I just like books. Books, they're so easy to ship. Riley's Songs of Cheers, nice little poetry book. What is this? A Private Grove by Donald Culross PD. Ooh, that's a pretty one. The Night of Today by Miss L.T. Mead. Gorgeous cover there. Thank you for your order. Someone bought this from the UK many years ago. Over North, South, and Over the Sea by M.E. Francis. Nice title there. Oh, here's a pretty one. The Old Gentleman of the Black Stock by Thomas Nelson Page. And again, this one, you see this is the designer of the binding, M.A., which was Margaret Armstrong. Her bindings can be pretty collectible. This is probably one of the more common ones, but some of her more elaborate, rare bindings can be $200-300. Oh, here's another one. Again, M.A. Margaret Armstrong was the designer of this binding. This is Under the Rose by Frederick S. Isham. Nice, pretty binding. All right, let's keep it going. I'm running out of space, but might have to do some rearranging. Welcome in, everybody. We are doing a live book unboxing. I used to do these quite often, but I don't know. I am just so busy out of my mind trying to make a living. Today, I was going to head to town to go to the post office and do some shopping, but my check engine light came on. So I already have an oil change scheduled for tomorrow, so they will take a look at that. Something about the throttle control system needs serviced or something or another. Hopefully it's not too expensive. We got a few volumes of the Enchanted World series. These came out in 1984. Cool occulty magic title. So you got Night Creatures featuring vampires and werewolves and all that kind of stuff. You have dragons. You got Magical Justice. I don't know if I've ever had this one. Magical Justice. Seekers and Saviors. Ghosts. Witches and Wizards and Witches. The Book of Beginnings. Giants and Ogres. Legends of Valor. Book of Christmas. Actually, I just sold a bunch of these today on Whatnot. So I'm glad I got them restocked. Water Spirits and Fabled Lands. Again, that's the Enchanted series. Put out by Time Life in 1984. It's probably one of the more collectible of the Time Life series. A complete set might cost you $300 to $400. Ooh, here we go. Dante's Inferno. Nice little suede kind of soft leather cover on this one. This one I think I'll save for my January 6th sale. I have some really cool Gustave Doré illustrated books that I'll be selling at that sale. So I think that one's not illustrated by Doré, but I have some other Dante books up for that sale. How many complete set? $300. I think there's 24 volumes. It's if you just go to eBay and search Enchanted World Time Life. I think there's 24, but I've never had a complete set. I like buying partial sets. I'm a big fan of buying partial sets because who doesn't want a book on wizards and witches or a book on Christmas or something like that? And I'm not a huge fan of packaging and shipping large sets. It's very time consuming. Ooh, here's a nice one. This is speaking of Doré, this is the Doré Bible Gallery. Cool book of Doré illustrations. Let's see. This one is published in 1884. Nice edition of the Doré Gallery of Bible Illustrations, 1884. I think I'll have 4 Doré illustrated books from 1880s, 1890s on my January 6th sale. Should be very exciting. I'm bringing the best of the best books humanly possible. Ooh, this one came from Wisconsin. What did I buy from Wisconsin? From Caledonia, Wisconsin. I've heard of that. I'm not 100% sure where it is, but definitely heard of it before. I don't know if I've ever been there. Looks like a 2-volume set up. Ooh, very exciting. I think I have this set in my personal collection. Les Mis by Victor Hugo, 2 volumes, complete in 2 volumes. I don't think they're dated. I don't know if they're 1890s, maybe a little bit later, but gorgeous 2-volume set of Les Mis. I should probably offer up some stuff to my Instagram followers. Maybe I'll put those on Instagram tomorrow, offering up to my Instagram followers. I think that one will sell quite easy. I've had, like I said, I think I have that set in my personal collection. So I don't need to keep it for myself. Otherwise, I would probably keep it for myself. All right, we got another box of miscellaneous antique books. A World of Girls by L.T. Mead. We have The Frontiersman by Amard. Indiana by George Sand. The Blue Flower by Henry Van Dyke. Again, this is another binding by Margaret Armstrong. There's her initials right there, M.A. Again, she designed some beautiful stuff in the kind of late Victorian, early Edwardian era. One of the best. Ooh, another copy of Amos Judd. This came from the same seller as that last copy of Amos Judd. Like I said, I think I bought 5 or 6 of their book lots on eBay. For some reason, they didn't package any of them together. Oh, this one's kind of nice. My Lady Caprice by Jeffrey Farrand. That's kind of a nice binding. Very elegant. All right, let's see what we got here. Got a few big boxes to show too. I'm not even sure. Not even sure what is all in these boxes. Normally, I like to save up some of my favorite purchases to do a special unboxing every couple weeks, but I'm just so busy. I mean, most of these I will probably sell on Whatnot tomorrow night. That's how quick things are. What is this? Not Like Other Girls by Carrie. Nice, pretty kind of Art Nouveau binding. A 6-cylinder courtship by Edward Salisbury Field. The Fisher Village with some nice poppy flowers. Nice UK binding there. Gertie and May. Wow. I might keep this one. I like Christmas colors. Ferdy's Friend by Catherine E. Vernham. Look at this cool little design on the back cover too. The Children's Hour by Miss Molesworth. And Women of the Orient. That's a nice copy. I might put that one on my January 6th Whatnot show. Again, I wasn't sure because all they had was pictures of the spines. So I'm like, okay, let's hope the better books in these lots aren't damaged or destroyed or rough or detached or loose or missing pages. Women of the Orient, an account of the religious, intellectual, and social conditions of women in Japan, China, India, Egypt, Syria, and Turkey by Reverend Ross C. Houghton, 1877. Pretty nice. A little bit of staining on the front cover, but I think that'll clean up. 1877 Women of the Orient. I might just put that one on my big January 6th sale. That's a good one. Very nice condition. If that one was in rough condition, I probably wouldn't be too excited, but it was a nice clean copy for sure. Right up next, we have a set of the Children's Classic Hour. I think these are from the 1960s. You got Anderson's Fairy Tales, Heidi and Tom Sawyer. We have Treasure Island and King Arthur. But the highlight of this set is going to be the Alice in Wonderland. We got Robin Hood. We have Black Beauty and Robinson Crusoe. And last, we have Arabian Nights and Alice in Wonderland. Awesome set right there. Very nice. Late 1950s, early 1960s on those, I think. I'm putting those back in the box. There we go. All right. Actually, I've been slacking. I don't think I've had any nice Victorian Charles Dickens in over a month. Which, if you ever shop on eBay or anywhere else, it's tough to find decent deals. All right. Ooh. This is a partial set of the works of Alexander Dumas. I think it's only 11 volumes out of probably a 20 or maybe even a 40 volume set. But very nice leather spines on these. They did a dog shit job packaging them, but I think they arrived all right. I don't remember. I don't think it has the Count of Monte Cristo, though I did just get a killer top of the line leather set of the Count of Monte Cristo. It is on my eBay. Go to eBay seller Animal Vet 52. I have a top of the line leather Count of Monte Cristo that I picked up. Actually from a Whatnot seller a couple weeks ago. We did a little private sale with us. Oh, the Three Musketeers. Is that complete in one volume? Let's take a look. The Three Musketeers, 2 volumes in one, so complete Three Musketeers. Sorry, I'm missing some chats. Let's see. Victorian Bob, but trying to learn from your model. Yep. The Victorian era bindings. If you can get, stuff from the 1870s to 1890s that kind of looks pretty like that, with some gold on the spine and gold on the cover, that's some of the hottest selling stuff. Is the Victorian pretty bindings from that era. Sci-fi pulp. That's more for Max. And excited about Tarzan, but never Conan. Okay. Yeah, I definitely, if you're looking to consign, definitely reach out to Max. Or you could reach out to my buddy Driftless Books. He definitely knows a lot about that stuff. But yeah, actually, you know what? Max has been selling sci-fi the last couple months. He's done some pretty incredible sci-fi sales. I know he sold a book club edition of Dune for $100. Maybe just last week. So yeah, definitely reach out to Max if you ever want to do some consignment with sci-fi. If you got good Victorian books and leather books, reach out to me. We'll talk about it. All right, let's see what else we have. We have 3 big boxes left. Let's see, this one coming from Arizona. It's not too heavy. They didn't fill this box too solid. Oh yeah, there's hardly anything in there. Must be valuable. They use this huge box for only like 1, 2, 3. Looks like about 15 books, I'm guessing. Let's see what we have. I really don't remember. I've just been buying so much stuff to keep up with the Whatnot crowd. I think, let's see, today's Monday. So I sold, how many books did I sell today on Whatnot? I don't know. Let me check my Whatnot summary today. Yesterday on Whatnot, I sold 90 books, which was crazy. Usually my 2-hour, hour and a half sales, 2-hour sales, I'm doing about 50 to 60. Yeah, today I sold 53 books, but yesterday I sold 90 books on Whatnot. So we are on a roll this week. Welcome in, Scipio Books. Oh, very cool. Glad to see you over here. Glad y'all found my YouTube channel. Oh, okay. Okay, this is a leather collection of French books from the 1700s and early 1800s. What is this? L'École des Mouriers, Volume 2, published in Lyon or Paris in 1830. Yeah, early French books. Basically just leather bindings. But I know there's a lot of people out there that like French leather books or Danish leather books. I really, to be super honest, the Danish and Swedish French bindings, I know people like this style. They're kind of like mid-century modern style. They fit in nice with that furniture. Here's a cool one, 1740. But I consider the French and Swedish bindings to be, I mean, basically strictly for decoration, and they're kind of, I would rather an American or British leather binding than a Swedish or Danish. But that's just me. Just me. Yeah, I know a lot of people go crazy for the Danish and the Swedish. They just kind of have a slightly different look and slightly different color that you can spot them from a mile away. These are awesome. These are from like 1700s and very early 1800s. Let's see. We got 1784 on this one. Very distinguished author right there. Welcome in, everybody. I'm just doing a quick unboxing. I think it's been months since I did a live unboxing. But Common Ground Finds, like I said, had a really cool antique show today on Whatnot. So he has a lot of work ahead of him. And again, if you ever want to consign books or antiques or anything, feel free to reach out to us. And honestly, shipping on pallets is very reasonable if you have a collection of stuff. I've shipped some pallets to Max. I shipped a pallet of really heavy farming books to New York. I get books from different wholesalers in Texas, and usually it's like $500 to $1,200 to ship a really heavy pallet across the country. Actually, the craziest thing, I think it was last summer, I had a collection in on consignment from Indiana, which, yeah, I guess is a 9-hour drive from Wisconsin. So I don't know if it's however far it is, 9 hours. And I was going to rent a U-Haul, but they shipped 10 pallets of books from Indiana to Wisconsin, extremely heavy pallets, like 12 to 1,800 pound pallets of books from Indiana to Wisconsin, I think for like $1,100. So it was like $1,000, or it was like $100 a pallet, which seems insane. That seems so crazy because like a heavy media mail box or FedEx box is going to be $40. So I don't know how it's possible for them to ship a pallet. I understand the logistics of like, okay, if they're coming this way anyway with a semi, they can be really efficient, but that just seems insanely cheap. Oh, hey, if you want a pallet of books, let me know what you're looking for in your budget, and I'll send you a pallet. This is a nice set of the works of Teddy Roosevelt. Again, it's been a while since I've had any nice Teddy Roosevelt. You got Presidential Addresses and State Papers and The Strenuous Life. I'm running out of space to stack stuff, but that's okay. We're almost done. More Presidential Addresses and Wilderness Hunter. That's a great one. I may put a few of these on eBay. My nephew has been working for me on Sundays, so he works on taking eBay pictures for me for my eBay auctions, and then he helps with shipping for a couple hours or an hour. So this will give him something to do. You have Hunting Trips on the Prairies, More Presidential Addresses, and The Rough Riders, classic Spanish-American War book right there. Can't go wrong with some good Teddy Roosevelts. I would really like to find a nice Teddy Roosevelt set for my own collection at some point, but I haven't found the right one at the right price yet. More Presidential Addresses and the Naval War of 1812. That's a 2-volume set. Hopefully we have the other volume here. Let's see. We have Hunting the Grizzly. Hunting the Grizzly, Winning of the West. Yep, Naval War of 1812, Volume 1. American Ideals, and then Presidential Addresses. We are really running out of space. Very much running out of space. But we only have one more box, and then I'm going to wrap things up. Got to do my shipping for my Whatnot still. So I sold 54 books in about an hour and a half on Whatnot. And, I spend a lot of time getting stuff ready, preparing it. And then I'll probably spend 2 hours shipping it either between tonight and tomorrow. Presidential Addresses, Winning of the West, Presidential Addresses, and Presidential Addresses. Junkman, Pennsylvania Ave. Isn't that the White House? I think that's the White House. All right, last box. Again, thank you. Shout out to my mail carrier for putting up with me sending and receiving so many heavy boxes every day. Okay, this is another partial set of children's classics, but I always look for children's classics as long as they have the best title, Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. Plus, we got Arabian Nights. Plus, we have Dickens' stories about children, Robin Hood, and Kidnapped. Presidential Addresses. Ha, ha, ha. Gotcha. That makes sense. All right. Well, thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. That is it. We just went through a crap ton of books. I don't know, about 100 books maybe that I bought very recently. So thank y'all. I will catch you in the near future for sure. Next Monday we'll be back.